Last week, I came before the GWW universe and I bore my soul. I told you about the trials I faced and I continue to face. I spoke about what it did to my house. I spoke on what it does to a man when fear invites itself into a man's home. And last week, I went out there and I stood on that. Stepped into a four-way featuring Stephen Black, Marcus Banks, and Dredd. A tables match. My leaderboard high score on the line. I put my position at risk in front of everybody because that's what I believe a man in my position ought to do. And I lost it. So let me say this plain. I can live with losing points. Dredd beating me by chokeslamming me through cookout furniture, notwithstanding. I can live with getting beat in the open. I've been walking the dirt road too long to start crying now, Daddy. If another man has a better night than me, then I'll wear that and I come back swinging. But what happened afterward, that wasn't about competition. Because there ain't no mystery between me and Lamar. I pinned Lamar in the Omega 8 gauntlet. I pinned Lamar in the 8-man tag. I ought to thank Lamar for 4 of my total points in the Omega 8 tournament. But twice now, when the bell was ringing and it was time to settle something in the open, Lamar got his answer. So what happened backstage wasn't about proving he could beat me. It was about the fact that he had me. Now let me be fair. Lamar ain't soft. Lamar ain't fake. Rookie of the Year for Guerrilla Warfare Wrestling last year for a reason. Philly tough, grimy, mean, unpredictable, dangerous. And when that switch whips at him, when he throws on that ski mask and he goes into another gear, it gets uglier to deal with. I see that. I respect how dangerous he can be. But danger and discipline ain't the same thing, Daddy. My old pappy used to say, any man can throw a hard shot when nobody's expecting it. The real measure is when you can stand in the light and throw the same shot when everybody in the room knows it's coming. That's the difference. That's the whole thing right there. Lamar didn't come at me in the light. He waited until the match was over. He waited until the points were settled. He waited until the competition was done. And then he put hands on me. So I know exactly what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with a man tough enough to fight, but not big enough to leave the fight where it belongs. I'm dealing with a man who couldn't beat me when it counted, so he went looking for something cheaper after the count was done. He couldn't change the result, so he tried to change the feel. He couldn't beat me in the match, so he tried to hurt me after the dust settled. Some would call that momentum, but that ain't about being a better man. That's about pride. That's about frustration. That's about a man hearing the truth twice and deciding he'd rather swing at an go than live with it. So Lamar, you listen clear, buddy Rowe. If you want Michael Maverick, then you come get Michael Maverick in competition. Come and get me with the bell ringing. Come and get me with the people watching. Come and get me with the stakes posted and the lights on. Come and get me where everybody in the building knows exactly what's coming, because I'm still listening to the voice of the people. And what I hear right now is simple. They can respect the violence in a fight, but they do not respect is a man who loses in public and then tries to steal his pride back in the dark. You already had your shots twice now. You know how the story ends. So if you want a legit third, then step into the light, take it like a man. Don't confuse a cheap attack with changing the truth. Truth is truth. And the truth is, when it counted, I pinned you. That's just the way of the Southern thing.